Time now for everybody's favorite guessing game, What's My Line? Brought to you by New Stopette, America's leading spray deodorant. Now with its anti-immunity factor. Poof! There goes perspiration. Now let's all play What's My Line?
If we could talk to the animals, there's just some magic.
Do you have anything to do with animals?
No, ma'am.
I'm sorry.
Not specifically animals. That's 4 down and 6 to go, Mr. Moore.
Is it alive when you're working with it or on it, or?
Yes.
Is it, animal rather than fish? I don't know, is a porpoise an animal or a fish?
Yes, a porpoise is an animal. Yes.
You want to withdraw the question?
You mean you can't
elaborate?
Well,
You elaborate.
you surely know what I mean by fish.
Yeah.
All right.
Mr. Peretti, has the product that you deal with at any time been alive?
Yes.
Is it either animal or bird?
Yes.
All right, bird.
No.
Would the product that you have anything to do with ever have been alive?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sir.
Turkey, so did I.
Is it or has it ever been alive?
No.
1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Tormek.
Is this anything in the animal kingdom?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wait. Actually, Mr. Mulhan has been good enough to give you some indication here. It has a connection with, but is not of itself a part of the animal kingdom.
May I assume that this is not alive, whatever it is?
Mr. Geist, may I presume that this product never has been or is not alive?
No.
That's correct.
Yes, you may assume that it has not, never been, and has not, and is not now, and therefore. Thank you.
Is it something that is now or ever has been alive? Mrs.
Yes.
Small puppet.
No.
Sorry, we had to revise that. That's 1 down and 9 to go, Miss Smith.
John, when this product started out, was it living?
No. 2 down, 8 to go, Miss Lee.
Is it, something that has ever been alive?
No. That makes it 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
Has this product, Mr. McCarthy, ever been alive?
Yes. We do not, in the terms that we use in the questioning here, you're right, but we use this in sense of animal life.
Well, vegetable life, too, John.
When did we start that, Ben?
Oh, about 4 years ago, one night.
2 down, 8 to go.
Just a point of clarification. Sometimes when the question of something having been alive is raised, it's not clear to me if that is only in the animal world and not the vegetable. The vegetable world is also living, is it not?
As a rule of thumb, though, we consider that question to be asked in terms of something coming from living animal
I see.
family.
I've been on the show 8 years. I suddenly realized that recently. And I never found that out before.
I've been here nearly 15, and I'm not clear about it myself. 3 down and 7 to go, Mr. Randall.
I'd like to ask a question for clarification. When Arlene asked, has it ever been alive, and the answer was no, did that rule out
that it might be of vegetable origin?
Oh, no. When we say alive here, we mean in terms of animals.
Animals. Is it of vegetable origin, then?
That's a very good question. No. That's 4 down and 6 to go.
Is it something in the fish family?
No. That makes it 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Gable.
Take it away, Martin.
Would this creature or series of creatures be found way up north, possibly sometimes in the Arctic Circle?
Yes.
Is it fur-bearing, or does it have a very thick skin?
Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be any member of the, well, now it lives only in the water, you said, not on the land at all? Right. Would it be in the seal or seal family?
No. Nope. That's 8 down and 2 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Would it be in the whale family, which is a whale of a family, I must say?
Yes.
John, a whale is a mammal, but isn't it also considered a fish?
No. I don't know.
Never?
No, it's an aquatic mammal of the cetacean origin.
It's the last of the red-hot mammals?
Don't think I wasn't worried about whether it was a fish or not, because I was. Well, thank you very much, Mr. Megadolf. Nice to have you in.
Is it a 4-legged animal?
Yes.
Is it usually
Established that it had 4 legs.
Yes.
A monkey does not have 4 legs. It's 2 and 2 arms.
Look at me. For the purposes of this program, we consider that all 3 of these species have 4 legs.
Oh. And that's bad.
I take it that this is a meat or fowl product.
I wish I had a dictionary with me.
He got mad when you said it was a foul product.
Would it be included ever in a seafood dinner?
It might. It could be, but only on a could-be basis.
Is it a crustacean?
No. Now we're dead.
Well, now, what is your definition of a crustacean? Because I don't want to have trouble after the program.
I'd like to have a little trouble after the program.
It is not a crustacean in the accepted sense. 6 down, 4 to go, Miss Francis.
Is the accepted sense the shell sense? Is that what, would you consider anything with a shell a crustacean?
Well, no, if you want to give the definition anything with a shell, a crustacean, then we might have to yield a qualified yes.
Does this have any kind of a shell?
Yes. Now, just so that we've got this straightened out, what we were talking about was a pterodactyl from New Zealand, you see.
Oh.
And his name was Herbert.
Does a kangaroo have a pocket, a pouch?
Yes.
He's a marsupial.
Well, does a man what was that again? Everybody has a pouch in the kangaroo family, mothers and fathers.
The fellows don't have them.
John, do
The
you
fellows
know?
I don't. Only Mama has pouch.
John, do you know about the kangaroo that pulled the little baby kangaroo out of its pouch and slapped it in the face and said, "I'll teach you to eat crackers in bed"? Is this, would you put this animal in the cattle family?
Pardon us, we'll have a conference last about 2 hours.
Yes.
I think we can put it in the general classification of the cattle family, yes.
Is this a product that grows?
Yes.
Is it in the fruit or vegetable kingdom?
Yes.
Yes. Well, now, I'm going to show my ignorance to the United States of America. What is the difference between a pig and a hog? tell him.
I
A
don't
pig
know.
only eats a little, and a hog has a great deal.
A pig is a pig. He is not 100. He is not a hog until he reaches 100 pounds. Oh, and
How much do you weigh, Bennett?
anything under
Oh,
100.
You see? Kind of.
John,
You
since when
hatch
did pigs
pigs?
come out of
Yes.
eggs?
I was afraid somebody was going to... Now, this is usage, custom. It is a part of the patois of the farm country that if you just raise it, they call it a hatchery, but it ain't really coming from an egg. And why did we ever get mixed up? Don, we've had a wonderful time. Thanks very much for being our guest.
She's got legs. Our legs fit your legs. They hug you, they hold you. They never let you...
Please, so we can find out how to get rid of them or keep them under control.
Under control,
Don't
that's
fleas
right.
fly?
Fleas
they
fly?
only jump? Don't they fly?
They're jumpers.
And they have 6 legs,
I
please?
thought they flew. They do tricks.
True insect.
You live and learn, don't you?
You live and learn. We go home tonight, new people, all of us. Fleas have got 6 legs. See, you look at television, and there you are, educational television.
Are they creatures which have more than 2 legs?
4 down, 6 to go, Mr. Undermeyer.
I gather now they are two-legged creatures in a way, two-legged.
You may assume what you please, Mr. Undermeyer.
I got the answer from Bennett, I think. Are you a SEAL trainer? Found in the home?
Yes?
Is it also found outside the home?
Yes,
Is it alive?
it is. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's alive and sometimes it isn't. That's tough.
This is when you find it,
Oh. Huh?
depending on who you are, you know.
Is it an animal?
Yes?
A 4-footed animal?
No?
4-footed. No, I don't...
Are you thinking of 2 hands and 2 feet? That's not fair, you know. We've had that problem
You
with
mean if
monkeys.
you think that if we have 2 hands and 2 feet, we ought to consider that 4-footed?
All right, so it's an 8-footed animal.
There you go. 1 down and 9 to go, Mr. Morgan.
It is a product, and it can be found in a home, and it has no... I'm just going over the whole thing
Yes,
now.
you're right.
Because
Very helpful. Go over the feet. What did we establish?
yes,
about
that's why I wanted to... No feet.
The question was,
how many
is it a 4-footed animal, and the response was in the negative.
And it can be found in the home and not outside.
Yes, that's right.
Outside
Oh,
the home,
outside too. Well, that makes it easy.
You know now.
It can be almost anything. With 4 feet, they can be found in a home and outside a home.
The question
Be a
was,
product.
is it a 4-footed animal, and the
How many
answer
legs?
to that is no.
The answer is no. I haven't asked it yet. I'm sorry. Oh, it was no to Arlene.
I
see.
always get no for answers. Nothing else.
It has 4.
No, it doesn't. This is what it doesn't have.
It doesn't have
The
4
question
feet.
was, is it a 4-footed animal? The answer was no. That's the no answer that we have up here already.
Okay.
You want to go over it again, Victor?
Could we have a short conference?
Yes, you can have 15, 20
Victor,
seconds for a
the one
conference.
thing it hasn't got is 4 feet. It might have 2, it might have 8, it
Or
might
none.
have 100.
Or none.
Or none.
Oh.
But it's an animal.
Well, it
Might
could
be
be
a
a
snake.
All right. But it hasn't got 4 feet. Divorce your mind of 4 feet.
Has more than 4 feet and is not in the insect family.
And we are using very general terminology here. I want to put you on notice on that.
Yeah.
Because I think it would be too rough on you if I were to get very
Yeah.
exact in terminology here.
You are not at all exact, John. In fact, I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, objection.
What is the objection?
Go ahead.
File the objection.
Octopus hasn't got legs.
No
legs for an octopus. 8 they have arms.
If you will remember, when you raised the question of legs, I took great care to say we are speaking in very general terms because if we do not, it will confuse you.
That's extremely general.
Well, that's how general we were getting.
Going too far.
Is it animal rather than, or I should say, is it a 4-legged animal?
No.
2 down and 8 to go, Mr. Sayre.
Is it a dangerous animal?
Yes.
Would it be in the alligator family?
No.
5 down and 5 to go, Miss Francis.
Mr. Schnur, has your product ever been or is it presently alive?
Yes.
Is it live products that you deal in rather than some kind of animals?
No.
Well, I think here, Mr. Schnur, Mr. Cerf is dealing in the broad categories of animal, vegetable, minerals, so that in that broad category, yes.
Is it a creature, the product that you deal in, is it a creature that is found on the land rather than in the water?
Yes.
Has it 4 legs?
No.
Small conference. Wait just a sec. Just a sec.
Oh, my goodness.
Your question, Bennett, was, does it have 4 legs?
Just, I mean, it doesn't have to use them all, but if it has 4 legs, I'd like to know.
Well, I think that we can go along with you that it has 4 legs, yes.
Is this animal found more possibly in Australia than any other land? I'm thinking of a kangaroo.
Oh, you are. Well, that's 2 down and 8 to go. Miss Kilgallen?
Could this animal be an insect?
Yes.
Has more than 4 legs, then. 6 legs?
Yes. 6
perchance?
legs. Mm-hmm.
I could hold it in my hand. I wouldn't like to, but I could.
Yes.
Well, we won't hold it. The other is necessarily true. You could hold it in your hand.
Would it be in the realm of, I don't know how many legs any of these things have, not having been one myself. Is it in the realm of an ant or a flea?
An ant of a flea, did you say?
An or a flea.
An ant or a flea. That's fine. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir. That's 8 down and 2 to go, Peter. Thank you very much. Miss Francis?
They have wings, and they've got more legs than I could handle. No, bees don't have more than 4 legs.
No, they do, Doc.
They do? Do they make honey?
Do they make who? Honey?
Anybody with any sense would.
9 down, 1 to go, Mr. Sir.
Well, we're down to our last guess. Yes, but caterpillars haven't got wings.
Spiders. Have they got wings?
Is it an animal product?
Yes.
Is it a 4-footed animal?
That would make it 4 down and 6 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
I was a little worried.
No 4 foots, huh? Oh, you're the expert. Well, I can't. Wait a minute, Mr. Block. I made a mistake. My expert says this is 4-footed. He's right, too, now that I recollect.
Is it a small animal?
Yes.
Do we have a conference?
You may have 20 seconds for a
What
conference.
kind of an animal isn't John sure of? In the
Could this be eaten by animals?
In the terms as we use them, sir, which is the division of matter into 3 states.
Yes. Dorothy seems to be thinking a lot better than I am.
No,
could this be eaten by humans?
Could it be? I must give you the benefit of the doubt and tell you to my certain knowledge it is eaten by humans.
Could it be eaten by birds?
Yes.
That's what I say. This whole thing is for the birds.
Letter here from Bennett Cerf. He's out in La Quinta in California, and it says the show followed him. He got a letter from some young ladies who said we made a mistake, that there aren't male and female worms. We'll look into that later on.
Is it a domesticated animal?
Hey, this is rough, isn't it? Yeah. To the degree that domesticated means that it has learned or has been trained or by its natural condition and state can get along in a normal society without doing damage, destroying property, etc., we'd say it was domesticated.
I see.
Is it, how you say in English, you know, both kinds, like those planes?
Amphibious.
Amphibious.
Is it amphibious? In a manner of speaking.
Well, is it bigger than a goldfish?
Is it bigger than a goldfish? Hey, wait a minute.
There are some very small goldfish.
Well, since you say they're a very tiny goldfish, we'll give you a yes on that, but I'm not absolutely
Well, is it
sure.
a fish?
Is it a fish?
No.
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 That's 8 Johnson. 2 to go, Mr. Allen.
It's not a fish, and it's not two-legged, it's not four-legged. There's no breed that we don't know of living up in Boyceville by any chance.
Could we have a conference?
A conference.
15
Maybe
seconds
it
for a
has
conference.
more than 4.
Maybe it's a
Maybe
bug.
it's lots of legs.
Is
like
it,
a centipede.
But don't go on this if you don't think so.
I don't think about anything. I'll go on it. Is it anything to do with an insect?
No.
No. 9 down and 1 to go, Miss
Get the
Francis.
bugs out of this question.
What is it, Miss Arlene?
I'd like to know what category you think a worm is in if it's not an insect or a bug.
What is it?
What is it?
Worm is, it's actually...
Is it the snake world? That's animal?
It's not reptilian, I don't think.
Oh,
I
we've
don't
got
know.
him.
I'll have to look it up. But it's
Well,
not a bug.
you don't know your
And I got one word to say about that. I hate to be left out on a limb with our worm friend. I don't think it's an insect. It's of the larva family, I believe. But I'll look it up and we'll see where we come out.
On my left, we have a very unusual man. He's not only a great news analyst and panel moderator, but he is the world's greatest living authority on worms, Mr. John Charles Daly.
Thank you, Bennett. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to What's My Line. You've all heard about the worm turning. It appears I've got him spinning like tops. You remember last week I took a wild guess after we horsed around with worms for a while that they were larvae. Well, I've got here a very learned document that says they're not. They represent an early stage in the metamorphosis of the Diptera, the Hymenoptera, the Coleoptera, and the Lepidoptera, and others. In some cases, they are worm-like, but they are not worms. Worms, of which there are thousands of species, are invertebrates falling under the Latin term vermes, and they're called annelids. Isn't that nice?
No wonder we didn't get it.
And a man from the Encyclopedia Britannica in Canada bears this out. He says that the ones we were talking about were fish bait, and they're classified as belonging to the Annelida group. But a certified public accountant figured it all out. He says that there are no common characteristics that can be noted beyond the general occurrence of lateral symmetry. Well, that's all. Let
What
him
about-
spin. Is it Miss or Mrs.?
Mrs.
Mrs. Barcinas, you know anything about worms? You do know something about them. Well, that's nice, because I don't know anything about worms. I found that out. I'd like to begin with a small bulletin in the matter of the worm. Whoa! Actually, I doubt that this is scientifically correct, but I think it's so charming you ought to have a chance to enjoy it, too. One of our technicians came in with this. He says, in Ray, your definition of a worm, here's one in the Weekly Reader, elementary school, which you might enjoy. A worm is a caterpillar which took off its fur coat. That end the worm matter, shall we?
Do you deal in any way with animals in what you do?
Yes.
Good.
Yes, in a very, in the most general sense.
Don't throw me off the scent, John.
No, I just don't want to mislead you, but as we do have these very broad classifications, you know, animal, vegetable, mineral, etc., and so forth, I would have to agree that Mr. Meyer answered your question correctly.
Am I correct in assuming it is not a horse?
Small conference.
Well, you know a horse, John.
I have had a serious discussion with Mr. Meyer. He doesn't handle a horse, no.
Is it safe to assume this is not in the snake family?
Are you speaking, because here, are you speaking of the whole reptile family? Is it safe to presume it's not in the reptile family?
Mr. Daly, I don't know too much about snakes.
Well, the snakes are in the reptile family. I mean, I just want to get it general enough so that you don't
I
come
have a
back at me
sneaky
and say
feeling
I
you're going to
misled
give
you.
me a no.
Oh, no, this is not... Listen, I wouldn't set a trap for anybody.
How can you say that sitting alongside of the reverend?
I've had... No, actually, Dick, I just don't want to mislead you. I mean, if your question is this not in the reptile family, is that right?
I've had professional advice. The people say, withdraw the question. No, let's
No,
say
if you want to withdraw the question, that's all right.
No, the reptile.
Would you like to withdraw it?
No.
You wouldn't. You're a hard man, so you'll get your no. 2 down, 8 to go, Miss Francis.
Would it be in the snake or insect family?
You got a copy of that dictionary with you, Benny? That dictionary you published?
If they
I know,
say
I
yes,
would
I'm
say that
stuck.
I am not sufficiently expert, nor do I believe either of you would be willing to say you are, to give you a specific designation. I would say that in a very broad terminology, some people might think of it in the general categories which you describe, although I doubt that they specifically belong in it, to be frank with you.
Well, might it be anything like the lizard family?
Ah, the lizard family.
No.
Could be.
It could be. No, we're going to... We may not know too much, but the lizards get knocked out. That's 4 down and 6 to go, but 2 down.
The answer is no. Worms are in no way a member of the reptile family.
No, they are not reptile family, but a reptile insect, you know, I didn't want to say no to Bennett because I think it's not quite fair to ask you to specifically identify. I thought you'd be egghead enough to ask a question like that, Bennett. And we're very glad to have had you two here. But Bennett, no. I wish he was home somewhere.
Mrs. Foster, does this product slither?
I think that if, using it generally as a verb, we might agree that this product slithers.
Well, is it reptilian?
Well, I would have to say this, that, do you agree with me, Dorothy, that reptiles are all vertebrate animals?
Not necessarily, John. It's perfectly fair.
Well, if you don't think of all reptiles as vertebrate animals, then you can continue.
I'm right in thinking, then, that it's animal.
Yes.
Is it an animal that has legs?
No.
No. That's
It's a snake.
No, 8 down and 2 to go, Mr. Garagiola. I'm going to give you 1 more minute.
A legless animal's very embarrassing, Joe.
The question, is this used as some kind of a decoy?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. It is. Would it be used during hunting season, for a particular hunting season?
Well, now, since you specifically point to hunting, we have to give you a no. 9 down and 1 to go, Miss Kilgallen.
Well, in decoy, I think of ducks, and of course, but they have feet.
That's right.
So they must have legs to put the feet on. May we have a conference?
You may have 10 seconds for a conference.
Maybe it's a fish of some kind. That hasn't got any legs. But they're edible.
A mammalian fish, you mean?
There are some fish you don't eat, aren't there?
That's 10 seconds
All right,
to go.
is it a fish?
Is it a fish?
A
No,
type
it
of-
isn't, but you're finally getting somewhere close to it because what Miss Woods does is gathers and packs worms, which fish are mighty interested in.
Is it a form of a reptile or snail family?
Is it the form of a reptile or snail family? I wouldn't think so. No, that's 7 down and 3 to go, Mr. Sir.
This animal does not slither.
We didn't say that.
Well, it's not a form of reptile. I can eliminate the snake family completely. Is that correct, Mr. Krieger?
Well, if you could, you'd be doing a great service to many where there are poisonous snakes. On the other hand, but before I get a lot of mail, Bennett, there are lots of snakes that are very beneficial, and we wouldn't want you to eliminate them.
For the purpose of this particular program, I can eliminate snakes. Is that correct?
Yes, I think we'd let him eliminate snakes, wouldn't we? Yeah, I wouldn't want one in here with me. Would you want one? I see this pained expression on Bennett's face, so please suspend everything while we get this settled. Why are you
A
pained?
worm is not a member of the reptile or bug
No, a
family?
worm is an annelid, actually.
Is a what?
It's an annelid.
A-N-E-L-I-D.
You look like a snake.
Janus lumbricus, as a matter of fact. You really want to toy with it. It's a soft-bodied creeping animal. It is not considered
Just like a snake.
Yeah, it slithers about, but it's no snake.
Because it doesn't have a skin.
And I wouldn't want you to think I was trying to be sneaky or anything like that.
You sell this do you sell this vegetable?
Yes.
Yes. You sell this vegetable. Am I correct in assuming it's not a common vegetable like carrots or succotash?
Well, I think... I forgot to tell you all that my succotash bush died last week. Used to grow the most beautiful succotash.
I'm sorry.
No, it is a common vegetable. That's 5 down and 5 to go, Mr. Sir.
It is, can I eliminate peas, beans, and corn?
Yes, you can eliminate peas, beans, and corn. Make a great popular song.
Can I eliminate beets?
Yes, you can eliminate beans.
I'm getting hungry.
Can I eliminate lettuce and artichokes?
Yes, you can eliminate lettuce and artichokes.
Can I eliminate myself?
You keep on the way you're going, I'm going to ask you to.
Can I eliminate turnips, squash, and eggplant?
Oh, now, come on! You can eliminate turnips, squash, and eggplant.
I pass.
You pass. As a matter of fact, you pass, I quit. Well, till next week. This is John Daly saying good night, Miss Dorothy.
Good night, you man who doesn't know what a worm is. Good night, Fred.
Good night, Arlene.
Good night, Fred.
From the worm.
I don't think it'd be that way. Give my love to all my friends in Dayton, Bennett. Good trip.
Thank you, Arlene. Good night, Lava Boy.
And thanks again to Mrs. Germain for being our guest on the panel. And, well, good night, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks for being with us in What's My Line.